you doing, by the way? So you started to find out entertainment licenses were gone, and that's 80% of your income. And by the way,
Yeah,
also not just your career. I know this. It's a passion. It's what brings joy, right? It's where you let out all the creative
this
juice.
is my joy.
Character of you gets to come out. What happened in that moment when you realized, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to perform anymore?
Well, I think the hard part was like I got the first phone call for my arcade game night, and I just remember my owner telling me, and like I started sobbing, like because when you work so hard for something, much like owning a business, this is like owning a business. Like this is my brand, this is my business, this is what I do. But I don't own a physical building, but it's a little different. But it was like this is my baby, this is my world. I've worked my ass off for this, and like, what am I going to do now? Like I was like, when you're so used to that kind of like quick cash kind of moment, you're like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Luckily I'm a good saver, and luckily I got unemployment from my bartending job. Um, that's been a saving grace. But then I go like, I feel bad for the people that don't have that kind of, privilege or that expend, like, I don't know. I feel bad for the people that don't get it, or don't get enough. So my world turned upside down that day because I've kind of come to the realization I probably won't be doing drag for about a year now. Like, so it's probably looking like I won't have a drag show to go back to for another like 9 to 10 months now, because it's been about 3. So yeah,
How does that feel?
kind of hard to deal with, I guess. I accepted it already. Like I've accepted it that it's happening. I've accepted that it's there, and I've accepted that it's gonna happen. I mean, like, I've looked at it this way, and I put it on Facebook the other day. I have to let go of the things I can't control, and I have to grab onto the things I can. Because when you like let go of things you can't control, it's kind of like that moment when I got the negative test result. It was like your body will relax and you won't feel so high strung because like stop worrying about things you can't control, and Steve says that to me all the time. He's like, you can't control it. You need to let it go. Like, but
It's
we
as
don't like change.
the good old saying goes, the more you resist, the more it persists.
Oh God, yeah. It's so true. Like you just gotta, I don't know. A lot of people are all up in arms about not being able to do X, Y, and Z and not being able to do what they want to do. But I look at it this way, like whatever will be, will be. Whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen. And this is our destiny. This is our fate. This is our destiny. This is our path. And you have the opportunity to make the right decisions to get on the right paths. So if you're safe and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, there will be a path when you come back. Like, I know that sounds super philosophical, but it's like, it's really fucking true. Like, just do your fucking shit and like stop being an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, those parties are going to be there. They're going to be there. They're going to be there. Like, your haircut will happen. Your nails will happen. All that stuff will happen eventually. But right now, the best thing you can do for you and the people around you is be safe. And if you're going to do it, please wear a friggin' mask. Like, and I've been saying this to all my friends who think I'm crazy. And, I got into a fight with one of my friends last night about it. And they're like, you are being ridiculous. You're sacrificing your personal pleasures for the sake of you being high strung and anxiety ridden. And I'm like, I think that you and I just need to re-question our friendship. Because if that's how you feel, then that's, you know what I mean? Like it gets really deep. But anyway, I'm going off topic.
You're not going off topic. I think these are real things. They're conversations that people are having, and it's very interesting in our country. I read an article about, Americans were in this fuck it mentality and we all want to live our lives. And I find myself going back and forth every day. But it is like that. It is like when fucking Trump got elected. It divides people. This kind of thing
Ugh.
divides people. What are your priorities? What's important? Are you going to respect what I want? Am I going to respect what you want? It's very divisive, and it's also very unifying. It can be both. So before we get into all of that, though, you said okay, it's going to be like 9 to 11 months that you've just accepted you're not going to be doing drag, but what are you doing right now?
So
Because you
drag is
are
a
painting
really,
your face.
well, drag shows. So like drag is such a weird thing because drag queens by nature, we are very, very, we're strong. We will fight. We will get what we want and we will make it work. And like, we are very creative people. So
You
like, you're never
literally
going to,
have to be.
you have no choice. And so for me, like everyone calls me mom in the city. You know, I'm kind of everybody's mom. I'm like the queen, like that everybody like comes to for help and which is very flattering.
Worse.
And
Mama
very sweet.
Kira.
Yeah, it's like I am.
Mama
I'm
Stone?
everybody's.
Mama Stone or Mama Kira?
They all call me mom. There's yeah. Mama Stone is my actual mother, like my real mother. She calls herself
Peyton.
Mama Stone. Huh?
Is that Peyton?
No, Peyton is just Peyton. No, my mom, like my real mom.
Oh, oh,
She
oh,
calls
oh,
herself
your
Mama Stone.
legitimate birth mother.
My birth mother. So,
I love
but you know,
that.
and so everyone always kind of comes to me. And so like in the city, it's like, you know, you're kind of responsible for like making sure everybody's okay and all that stuff. But like drag here, like we have created these virtual shows, you know, with streaming services. And I had to learn. So on top of all of this happening, I had to learn how to use a video camera, learn how to edit videos, learn how to download all the software and using software. Like it's basically was like a 2-day course in graphic design and video editing, and it was insane. And like learning how to use Photoshop to start making flyers, and like it's been bananas. Like all the videos you've seen, like I've made and done, and it's like it takes a lot. You know, like I woke up today. I'm not gonna lie to you at like 12:45. I went to bed at 4:30
I thought you were going to say like
because
6
I
in
was
the morning, and then you go 12:45.
yeah, I woke up at 12:45 because I went to bed at 4:30 in the morning because I was up video editing. And
Oh,
you know,
wow.
drag is such a yeah, it takes on a world of its own, and you do all this stuff, Jamie, and you're like, it's like you're filming. I was filming for 8 hours yesterday, and then I got done. I ate some food, and then I sat on the couch and I was video editing for 8 hours. You know, so it's like it takes a long time. Whereas like you get into drag, normally this takes me like 45 to an hour, but I'm you know, distracted, but, um, and, you go to work, get dressed, get up there, talk on the mic, do all your work, you're home in 3 hours, you know, and you're paid, but now it's like a full day.
But you're learning new skills. I mean, are you enjoying it all?
Last night, it's funny you bring that up. Last night was one of the first times in my time I've been doing this where I went, you know, I'm really enjoying this. I'm really having kind of fun again. Like I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying learning all of this new stuff because at the end of the day, you know, you really can never stop learning. And if you've stopped learning, life will remind you that you need to learn something again.
Amen,
Um,
sister.
and sometimes it comes in a really harsh form, and sometimes it's just a simple message going across the sky. It's like never, and one of the things in my life that stuck with me for a very long time, it was somebody taught me a long time ago was never ignore the small signs that life gives you. And I pay attention to like little things in my life after you moved and everything, like later on, like to 14, 15, 16 days, like I was like really became like really super intuitive about that. So I started watching things and like I let life kind of guide me where I needed to go. That makes sense. I don't know.
It completely makes sense. That's what it is. And that's what like following your intuition and the gut. And when you get in flow and people talk about it, because you know me, I'm a very spiritual person. That's what
Uh-huh.
it is. Pay attention to the signs. And when you do, life is magic. It unfolds in these beautiful ways. But I completely agree. We've always got to be learning and growing. That's the joy and fun of this life on planet Earth. So I'm
Amen.
curious, what do you think the lesson is here that humanity is being taught? Because shit, this isn't just
Well,
happening
I'm
to
ready for this
happen.
question. I'm ready for this question. I believe that this wasn't a small sign. This was a big sign. And the universe was telling us that like we needed to slow down. because we're moving way too fast. We're moving too fast and we're progressing too fast for where our planet is, I believe. And I'm not like I'm not a Scientologist or anything. I don't believe in any of that crap. But if it's your thing, I totally get it. I love it. Thank you. I respect you. Just as if you voted for Trump, you're an idiot. There, I said it. So sorry, I know I'm supposed to be respectful, but if you're voted for Trump, you're an asshole. But you can edit that out. So
No, we're leaving it. You also have the freedom to
we're
say whatever
leaving
you
it.
want on this, and I happen to agree with you. So
Yeah, fuck you, Donald Trump. So, but the thing that I'm holding this like a microphone. Why do I do this?
I have a legitimate microphone right here. So
Do you?
I
I
feel
love
you.
that. I'm like, and you're the next contestant on The Price is Right. So,
Get
my
on
thing
that
is this.
soapbox. Speak into it. Let's hear it.
So I feel as though the planet needed to be healed.
Amen.
And I think that we needed to step away from the earth for a minute. I think we needed to kind of like stop being so selfish. I think we needed to stop like, they always say stop and smell the roses. How many times have you seen people outdoors going on hikes, enjoying the earth? Like, we needed to clean our acts up literally because we were almost getting like what I would kind of call like full of ourselves, thinking we were invincible and that this planet was invincible. And look, the planet is literally healing itself, because we're allowing things. We're not out driving. We're not out spreading emissions, like things like that. Like it, I'm not the most educated person on all this stuff, but like I try to sound like I am. That's for the person watching that went, ugh, what a fucking idiot.
But you don't have to be the most educated person in the world to know that we were fucking up the planet. You don't have to be the most educated person in the world to see that it's healing itself, to see that the sky is clearer, to breathe fresher air, to know that, oh, we're flying less planes. Clearly that's going to help CO2. That trying
Like look
to
at
for the first time.
LA.
Exactly.
I lived in LA.
Catalina Island.